Good morning, I'm Zev Fema, research analyst for Action Alerts Plus, here live on the floor of the NYC with Jim Cramer. Jim, what's top of mind?
Well, I think top of mind is that we got a tweet this morning, first time because I did a little algorithmic work, where the president said they want a deal and we want a deal. Usually it's they want a deal. So the market went nuts, and the people who, for instance, sold Apple once again, down 2.5 on a research call, are now scrambling to buy it back. So I would point out that it does raise the stakes. Obviously, the Chinese have said something to the president ahead of this meeting, because there's just no way that this man has declared that he wants a deal before he has this meeting with the Mnuchin, Kudlow, Navarro, Lighthizer confab. There's just no way. So something has happened. The Chinese have blinked, is what I have to believe, and it's great things for the banks. Those are the ones that are the beneficiary in stage one.
So I did want to ask you if we have to be tougher on China, but it seems like all this new information coming to light, maybe we have to see what this new information is.
Look, I want them to be tough.
Right.
I've said you can walk away. Is it a negotiating tactic? Look, walk away, fine. The country's very strong. But I think something happened here. Something definitely happened, because the president did not have this view yesterday.
So let me ask you this. We'll see where we go from here, but we are seeing that businesses can pull out of China. They can reroute to Mexico. Is there more pain for China if we decide to pull away? Do they have more to lose from here?
Well, I mean, I think that what the Chinese have to see is a cut in the tariffs. That's what they want. They don't want to see a parity. They want to see an actual cut in tariffs. What we want is the end of cyber terrorism. We want an absolute change in the way that they do business in terms of intellectual property stealing.
No more JVs.
No more JVs. We want to see a gigantic buy of farm, typically this time of hogs, and allowing our banks to come in without joint ventures.
Right.
So I believe something happened. Something must have happened in the last, say, 12 hours.
Right.
Because this is very different from where he was literally 12 hours ago. So I have to believe something just occurred, because if the president's going to cancel December 15 tariffs in time for Christmas, by the way, then they're giving in. The Chinese are giving in. It's not going to be one-sided, because the president was adamant yesterday that unless the Chinese give in, we're going. So
right.
What did the Chinese give? Now, the president did want casino game. He wanted the companies, Las Vegas Sands, Wynn, to be able to stop being discriminated against by the Chinese. But there is definitely, without a doubt, something that's changed, or else the president would not be going forward this way. And obviously, you're seeing the Caterpillars go up. You're seeing the JP Morgans go up. And these are all of course, Apple being, and we waited and waited and waited. Goldman Sachs, by the way, a winner too. Waited and waited. The Apple analyst, by the way, whom Sarge Guilfoyle is saying that guy's been wrong over and over again, the neutral. Waited until that guy came out. I mean, this is just desserts, and said Apple's going to have a shortfall. And if you get a deal, that's going to be the best thing. The company that's most impacted possibly will be Apple.
And we are going to talk more Apple on the Action Alerts Plus the call right after this. But let me ask you real quick, because we had our members only call yesterday. You talked all about 2020. You talked about China trade. Right. What people need to watch out for, especially with all this maybe fear mongering from market analysts. Is there any just hint of what?
My view is that you don't know until it happens. Now, again, it is different to have the president say they want a deal and we want a deal. The president has often said that they want a deal, has never said that we want a deal at the same time as they want a deal, which tells me that the president got some sort of green light. But you know what? Every time we were about to have an agreement, the Chinese have reneged. So let's watch. I don't think you should build your portfolio based on what's going to happen this weekend. If you own, say, Caterpillar, okay? Right. Because we had a fractional owner, made some money in it. If you own 200 shares of Caterpillar, sell 100, and then let the other 100 ride.
And of course, we spoke about all of this again yesterday on the members only call, which you can access, as well as all the other calls from the year, and what you need to know heading into 2020. Jim, let's switch topics real quick.
And by the way, Home Depot is one that a lot of people felt was going to get, which retailers are most at risk. Target, Walmart, Home Depot. Home Depot had a big meeting yesterday. It didn't go well, but Home Depot will be up today because of how much they import from China.
Right. So last night you were talking about Tesla. Just make sure you're not a simulation here, real quick. I heard you talking about cryogenic freezing. I think we get uploaded, though, as simulation. It's not frozen.
Look, it's funny. I was looking at Twitter today. And people are really I want to thank all my Twitter followers who like me. There are some people who are so ill-informed about my actual view, and I want to make it very clear that the cars are better than I thought they would be at this point, and I thought that when you throw a rock through the window of the Cybertruck, that something bad should happen.
I have to have a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I love it.
The balance sheet has been the big issue. There has been a concerted belief that the balance sheet, the money wouldn't be there. But people who I know are saying, look, if they want money, we've got a lot of money to give them. And that's something that the bears have to acknowledge. I mean, when you get a liquidity crunch, you want to bet against a company. But when you understand from people who know that there's money if they want it, well, it obviates the liquidity crunch. And if you're going to stay negative on it, you've got to believe that there's no money available. And that's not what I'm understanding.
So that's kind of why your mind is changing. Product's good. Balance sheet is.
And Musk
there's
is
help
no
to the
longer antagonizing.
Right.
Musk was. Remember, if you go back 3 months ago, there was a lot of talk that Musk was going to be kicked out of the company. Do you ever hear that anymore? So the facts change. I got to change my mind too.
Would you say there's still some key man risk in that if there's a lot relying on Musk being there?
He's mitigated a lot of key man risk. He's mitigated.
So one more. We had Lululemon reported last night. They went down despite pretty good numbers. Expectations?
I expect, yes. But also, there's the headlines have said that they they've shaded down their forecast. Read Matthew Boss this morning. That's not the case. But let it come in because the stock's up so much. And it's like Chipotle. When Chipotle, it's a good example. Chipotle was up so much, they reported the stock went down, you had to buy it again. So wait until, say, Monday, and you can buy back Lululemon.
By the way, I just got an alert on my phone. Apple, I think, just hit a new 52-week high.
But Credit Suisse said that it's doing badly in China.
Services, Jim. Services.
But don't you have to sell it? The Credit Suisse said sell it. Oh my!
We'll have to take a look at that. But
I gotta rethink everything. They said don't own it, sell it. Wow.
We're gonna look at Apple. We're gonna look at Amazon. We're gonna look at Home Depot. All of it on the Action Alerts call right after this, which you can access at actionalertsplus.com. Jim, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, and Catherine will be back tomorrow.